Sometimes moms go wild on paternity court.
I love me. You understand me? I don't have unprotected sex. I trust this man. So yeah, every time, all you do
down
is
to me, but you had sex with me too, so that means you like me, right?
Yeah. Do your thing, baby. That's all. That's all.
If the baby comes out black, that it's still yours. Okay?
The teenage married couple had a hard time when grandparents interjected the doubts. Mr. Gray hauled his spouse into court when her notorious past shattered his trust and demanded a DNA test to cast out their fear of raising another man's child.
You and your parents claim Mrs. Gray lied to you about her sexual past, and since discovering the truth about her, you now all fear the baby is not your biological daughter.
Yes, Your Honor.
You claim that your in-laws' influence is causing your husband to deny his child.
Yes, Your Honor.
Initially, the big mom shed light on where this all started. It turned out that the couple was up to hanky-panky in no time and ended up churning out the child in their childhood. Gosh, this gave me spine-tingling chills.
She and Tanner went to the bedroom and had unprotected sex. She was 14 and he was 15 years old. Within about 3 weeks, they called me into the bedroom. She explained to me that she was late on her period. I looked around for a few things to throw, and instead I went to the store and I got a pregnancy test, and I come back, tossed it at her, asked her if she knew how to use it, considering she was only 14 years old.
Up next, Mr. Tanner spoke about his doubts. He claimed that he had no thoughts of fathering the baby because she got intimate unprotected with him on their second date. But this was not it. Grandma articulated the other terrible doubts like this.
How about when her family tried to explain to you that if the baby comes out black, that it's still yours? And they had him convinced
That's
of
an
this.
interesting fact even for the court.
Yes, yes. I'm
Okay.
like, it took me and my oldest daughter 2 days to convince him that that was not the truth.
Their relationship went too far, and for a moment, I thought they ended up having a baby unwillingly. But Mr. Gray cleared up this confusion. Turns out that two dumb adults planned a baby in adulthood.
Did you say on that date, that second long date, that you wanted to have a baby?
Yes, Your Honor, but he also agreed to, because obviously I turned up pregnant. So if he didn't agree to it, then, I mean...
So you all are 14
He agreed.
and 15 years old, two babies, making a decision that y'all gonna have a baby.
Yeah.
Even though there was no justification or reasonable explanation for their senseless action, the mommy claimed that they worked on the baby-making procedure in the heated moment. Ugh, what's wrong with these children? I must say, this is a classical episode of babies having babies.
Considering the fact that during the heat of the moment, I had said something about, getting pregnant, and Tanner, he seemed like that he was agreeing with me, and during the heat of the moment, he got me pregnant.
So it really wasn't a good decision.
It was a mutual agreement.
Based upon irresponsibility and bad decision making.
However, Mr. Tanner claimed that even though he was responsible for making the baby, he still had his doubts. He claimed that peeking into his wifey's emails stunned him, cause he ran down in multiple sexual conversations, but the girl played stupid.
Gotten and broken into her email accounts, and 2 to 4 weeks prior to our first date, actually, she had sexual conversations with numerous guys, and I had proof of that. I had sat her down and I told her all about that, and first she denied it. I got into the email again to show her what I had found.
Till now, it was clear that Mrs. Gray was promiscuous, as she had 6 potential fathers that raised doubts. But the granny claimed that Caitlin was pinning the baby on her son because he was the best one among her other playboys.
She looks at you and tells you, yeah, I slept with 6 other people.
Yes.
My son was the best one out of the ones in which she slept with. Well, considering the fact we had a beautiful, nice 6-bedroom home, and she seen that, and she took advantage of that.
She came over on that second date, and that Christmas tree was sparkling.
Absolutely.
It was evident that dumb teenagers ended up in the paternity mess due to their stupid decisions, but they both badly needed DNA results to save their relationship. So, Judge Lake decided to announce the results.
You are her father.
Mr. Elston called off his engagement to Miss Gregory due to paternity doubts surrounding their son, Carson. Miss Gregory has petitioned the court for a DNA test to prove that Mr. Elston was the biological father and hoped that DNA results would save her family.
You have petitioned the court for a DNA test to prove Mr. Elston is the father and hope the results will save your family. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
You and your sister state you are certain you are not her child's father and say her ex is Carson's biological father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
It got slipped that baby mama took advantage of the situation as the man had a job out of the town, so she kept messing with her ex. But the co-defendant made her brother aware of the deceiving situation and confronted baby mama like this.
I work out of town. I do stuff like I send people over there to check on her. Multiple people told me that they caught her ex in the driveway, caught his car there.
Your Honor, I'm actually the one who caught her ex in the driveway. He works to take care of Carson, Carly, and the unborn child. And he called me, he told me to go to the house and check on Carly.
Here came the relationship recap. The woman disclosed that she met Mr. Elston through her ex, and in no time, they ended up in the same bed. Gosh, these people must have no brains. Who starts a relationship like that?
Me and Mr. Elston met through my ex at a basketball game. I was dating my ex and he was cheating on me at the time, so I felt comfort in Mr. Elston. He had a girlfriend also. We started sleeping together 2 weeks after we met, and then I got pregnant like almost a month later.
However, Miss Gregory testified that Mr. Elston did not believe her when she got pregnant and cut himself from her life. But he came back to her after the baby was born. He came to the hospital and begged her to name the baby after him. Well, girl, that was a stupid move.
It was in June. I had went to the health department. They said you were already pregnant, but I did not know how far along I was. So I had to go to my OBGYN. They told me I was 3 months along. He went with me to my first appointment because he did not believe me because, you know, he had a girlfriend. He thought I was just trying to break them up. And then after that, he had nothing to do with me the whole pregnancy.
Even though there was an important issue going on in the courtroom, it seemed like baby mama had something bigger than that issue. Duh, the baby's pacifier. So Judge Lake reminded her that the baby was worth more than a girl's pacifier. Like this.
He brought a girl pacifier and I would not accept it because I'm not fixing to give my baby a girl pacifier with Care Bears on it. He got mad because of that.
Y'all about one step from Care Bears yourself. And that's the problem.
However, the co-plaintiff jumped into the situation and articulated the doubts part. She alleged that the plaintiff's promiscuity was at its peak as she had posted another man's picture on her Facebook, and the mama put on her lame denial show like this.
It's on Facebook that made my brother feel otherwise. It wouldn't be any doubt. She's actually posted a picture with another dude around the time she was supposed to be pregnant by my brother.
I got pregnant in March. That photo was taken in April. We were still together, but we broke up. Me and him had no sexual relationship in March.
It was apparent that Miss Gregory was trying hard to play a safe game, but she forgot that she was standing in Lake's court. So the judge reminded her by cutting off her drama and confronting her lies.
You just weren't sleeping with him anymore, but you just happened to go out to dinner with him and his whole family and put a post up about it and say, I love you with a heart.
Yes, Your Honor.
You realize every time you lie, then your fingers go like this?
No.
Are you saying you were not sexually active?
Yes, we did not have sex that month, Your Honor.
Next up came the conception calendar. It burst out the truth. The plaintiff confessed that she got intimate with another man in the window of conception. Yet the downer was that she slept with her friend's boyfriend. That was nasty.
You say you were intimate only with Mr. Elston at that time.
Yes, Your
Which
Honor.
he is Carson's biological father. You had sex with your ex, who was then your boyfriend, in February. Is he the only person you had sex?
No, Your Honor.
Judge Lake cut the chase off, and we are all on her side. Whereas the testimony wasn't helping to resolve this conflict, and the only way to solve it was to get the DNA results. Let's find out if baby daddy will get the happiness and relief he's been longing for.
Both of you standing there with tears in your eyes. I think it's time we get the results. You are not the father.
The case of Miss Clifton and Mr. Little had an unusual sort of business going on, giving each other baby-making services. But now, when their dealing brought twins into the mix, both of them can't agree on paternity.
The results of a paternity test to prove he's their father and to get him to pay up once again.
Yes, Your Honor.
You argue that when Miss Clifton's twins were 4 months old, you learned another man had claimed them as his own.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Little initially believed that the twins belonged to the other men in the photo, until he learned otherwise. It was like they struck the lottery when these two initially connected. But everything nice has to come to an end.
He lied and led me on. He led me to believe that he was single and that he was all for me. Thanksgiving, he was at my house. I made a joke to him, like, what would you do if I got pregnant? Just joking. And he was like, you can't do that. And I'm like, why? He said, because my wife would divorce me.
It came out that Mr. Little was still married while having sex with Miss Clifton. He had been keeping his whole ass wife a secret from Miss Clifton, which drove her insane. She knew he was trustworthy, but hearing him discuss this simply made her furious.
He had been working on my car. We separated for about 2 years. I had started dating someone else. At the time, he had did some work on my car that it was costly. It was a lot. I said, baby, I'm hurting right now. That's all I got. I said, matter of fact, my exact words is, I really need to keep my money. And he looked at me and he was like, well, you know what time it is.
Since Mr. Little also happened to be Miss Clifton's mechanic, the plaintiff went to him for a better solution that would save money. However, this arrangement of theirs was now costing them child support. Should have thought that one through.
I didn't say, is it mine or why you calling me? Because I've known her in the past and I know she's not the one to even play like that. So yes, I was like, okay, well she's pregnant, okay, cool, I guess we're having a kid.
At that point, you accepted
Yes,
that
ma'am.
you were the father.
Yes, Your Honor. I get a random text from her texting this other guy how much she loved him, cared for him, want to be with him. And
When Miss Clifton starts telling Mr. Little that another man might be the father of those lovely twins, things just end up becoming more difficult. Damn, from the beginning, these two have been quite insane.
He has a relationship with me, and he comes to see me. My kids
And
are
the
there.
kids.
My kids are always with me. I'm a real mom, a real stand-up mom. My kids are always with me. If I'm ain't at work or school where I'm at all day from 9 to 5 trying to provide for me and his kids, then I'm at home with my children.
That's
He
what
didn't
she
come
said,
till
Your Honor.
Sunday to bring the kids'
I brought-
items. I text him on
Your Honor.
Thursday.
Then comes something incredibly strange. When Mr. Little comes to see Miss Clifton to deliver some baby supplies to her, he runs into an unknown person leaving Miss Clifton's home. And guess what she says? Mr. Little is told by this insane woman that he shouldn't have shown up without permission. Woman, what? You're the one who requested items from him.
And when you reach out to me, you will hear me say, don't have no kids you can't afford to take care of. Absolutely. So you have to be on social media asking people, can they help you with your kids all around town? That's why if you reach out to me, you're gonna get the real truth. Because if I can't do it and he can't do it, somebody gotta do it.
So, up to the point where Mr. Little believed the twins were his, Miss Clifton had relationships with many men, and he was doing his best to assist financially. He now has doubts though, and the only way to eliminate them is to learn the DNA findings.
You are not.
This mommy here is not good at taking no for an answer. That's why the whole paternity denial was not much of her cup of tea. Standing in paternity court, Miss Parker is ready to fight for her child. FYI, the woman's got no shame in her game.
That's my big father. Anytime I want to have sex with him, I'm going to have sex with him. He called me, so, we did what we did.
You have a child with Mr. Morton.
Yes, I have a
already.
5-year-old son.
He's not the child in question.
No.
But you also still continued a sexual relationship.
Yes, with the both of them.
Oh boy, that was a little uncomfortable to hear. The mommy had been messing around with both decedents. Ugh, if so, then why was Morton claiming not to be the father? Well, according to the plaintiff, the girlfriend was instigating doubt, who refused to be blamed as the bad guy in the situation.
The only reason why she was able to have sex with us is because I asked my boyfriend to have sex with her. My desires, me and my little freakiness, I said, my boyfriend, can you have sex with your pregnant baby mother because she's in need?
Your Honor, that is not true. Before I even left to go anywhere, before I was gone for a while, we was having sex before then.
I'm not liking where this is going. However, it is what the paternity court handles, because a baby P had just appeared in this confusing container. Let's play along for his sake. So you people had a threesome going, and...
I know that that's my son's father. He looks exactly like my other son.
You say there's a timing issue.
Yes. She
So I wanna
supposedly had got
understand your
pregnant
doubt.
in May, but from my understanding, that's only would be 7 months if she
I
had
never
my son
said I
in.
got pregnant in.
We know the paternity court's conception calendar appears when the dates are off. In this instance, it was evident that the kid had only been alive for 7 months. Ms. Parker, however, objected to such a story.
The guy walks up to her, they talking and everything. He swears up and down Earn is his. She had to keep reminding him, it's not yours, boo, it's not yours. I had sex with you after he was done.
Exactly, I said.
But you told us that you didn't have sex with nobody
I just
after
said
you
I
got
didn't
pregnant.
have unprotected sex. That's
She
a lie,
all over
'cause
the
I was
place, Your
messing-
Honor. That's what
Your
it
Honor,
is.
that's a lie.
She was all over the place.
Let's
Since she admitted to having slept with another man by this point, it appeared as though the plaintiff was acting more obstinate than usual. She is aware that such circumstances cast doubt on paternity, right?
I love me. You understand me? I don't have unprotected sex. I trust this man. So yeah, every time,
You think of me so
all
bad,
you
you
do
down
is
to me, but you had sex with me too, so that means you like me, right?
Yeah.
You like me.
Do your thing,
That's
baby.
fine.
That's
I know.
all.
I
That's
know.
all.
I'm about that work. I
Okay,
know.
listen.
You tripping.
Then you only have unprotected sex with Mr. Morton.
Yes, Your Honor, yes.
Following that, the baby's mother revealed to the judge that the other man in the tale was her ex-boyfriend who abandoned them. After Miss Parker lost her child, she sought comfort from Mr. Morton, and as a result, the aforementioned baby was born.
Bro, he
I'm not
wasn't
for
even
something.
away when I was
So the bottom
when I
line
was
is you
pregnant.
were in
while we was
fact
together.
pregnant by your
him,
boyfriend,
yes, I was.
but you
But I
miscarried.
miscarried.
I was pregnant by my boyfriend,
Right.
yes, but I had a miscarriage.
Exactly.
Subsequently, I got back in a sexual relationship with Mr. Morton, had unprotected sex, and I was pregnant again.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's what I wanted to understand.
Yes.
The whole time is a little jumbled, right? So it was time for the plaintiff. But when she went to see her doctor, it was revealed that the defendant was the father and not the ex. And now the Baltimore mom vowed she would not allow her child to grow up without a father.
Not to sign the birth certificate because you felt like I just have too many doubts. I don't want to do that. Have you been involved with baby Aaron since?
Yes.
He got doubts, Your Honor, but he on Facebook. My son, page from Facebook from off of his page. My son hands always in the air, but you got so many doubts.
Wait,
This is a
it. That's
picture
it.
of
Miss Parker even had evidence that Mr. Morton had harassed the infant. According to her, his girlfriend's interference caused him to merely deny the child. This infant clearly stuck in a paternity mess, which the plaintiff found frustrating. And everyone is aware that this combination only needs one fix. It was about time to get to that.
you are Aaron's father.
Thank you. I